Hey everyone, I am Josephine Miller. I'm an art director, XR, AR, and 3D artist, and I'm really excited to share that I'm going to be hosting the first workshop with Ouroboros Academy. Ouroboros is a digital native fashion luxury house, and I am very grateful to be able to share a full workflow with you guys. So I want to inspire you all to start getting into creating AR filters, even if you've never touched it before. But I promise you by the end of this tutorial, you'll have somewhat of a confidence to start and get creating. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so first of all, we want to create a makeup look. This is the example that I'm going to be creating for you guys today. So, very subtle like blush, some beautiful like purple tones, eyeliner, and also some metallic layers over the top. So I'm going to break down my full workflow for this and completely simplify it to help you get an understanding of how you can create AR filters like this for Instagram. Okay, so we start off in Photoshop. We are going to use the face mask template, the facial mesh template, to start to map out the makeup look that we want to go for. For this, I personally want to go for the feminine face, but on the website of Meta Spark, you're able to download a masculine face too, so just keep that in mind depending on the kind of look you want to go for. So, okay, I'm going for the feminine face. I also downloaded the mesh template too, so it just really helps with that precision, especially if you're doing like eyeliner, and especially around the lips, it's super helpful, but I'll get into that in a second. So, okay, I have already created them, but I'm going to talk about how I created the different layers. So I recommend with creating a makeup look, almost like how you would apply real makeup, do step by step. So I started off with the blush, and this is how I did it. I'll show you the kind of brushes I would use for this. So I always like reduce the hardness down, and I would pick probably like a relatively large brush, but then make sure the opacity is around like 9-10%, so you can almost build it up like watercolors. Usually I find that's like the best way to create like a subtle yet beautiful look. So essentially, let me just show you in blue so you can see you can just see a very subtle, I'll just zoom in, but you can see it's a very subtle look on the face, but you would want to like just build up like that. So yeah, okay, perfect. And then, so the next part of the look that I created was actually eyeshadow. And also, you may be looking at the middle of the screen here of this blue line. This is so helpful. Okay, so in Photoshop, what you would want to do is go to the top and click on this little butterfly icon here, and then click on vertical. So it comes up with this blue vertical line. And what I do is I just make sure that I cover the entire face mesh with this. So if you're creating that whole makeup look, there's not going to be any weird kinks at the top or bottom. So that's what I started off with, and then I went in, I built up the eyeliner. For this, I find like it's a lot of trial and error with the shapes, and for what I'm going to be showing you later, you may want to go back and forth when you do have it in Metaspark Studio. So, okay, I've got the eyeliner. I then, just to show you, like I just built up white eyeliner underneath just to really accentuate that shape. And then I went in with the lips, and I kind of used a soft brush and just subtly built it up almost so it's kind of like bleeding out from your natural lip color. Because as well, like one thing you really need to consider with the blush especially as well is that you need to consider for it to work on a bunch of skin tones, so you don't want to overpower the whole look. So just to show you actually, so if I was to remove the actual face mesh, you can see it's not actually that much makeup. Like it's very subtle. Less is more in AR as well. I would recommend. And then so I added some glow. Top tip actually, I love this effect. Like with creating this kind of glow effect is really simple. So okay, I'll just show you an example with the blue. So I'll get like a blue tone. Let's do, I increase the opacity to like, yeah, to like 90. Okay, let's say I want a glow here. So you get like a darker glow and then you just build up and just click on around here and then just scale the brush down slightly to like 26. Yeah, that will do. And then yeah, it kind of gives that illusion, and it's just like those subtle little details that will help you later on. But okay, let's get back into it. So, and then I added eyelashes. So later on, we're actually going to be adding real eyelashes onto the look. But I like to just add like a little bit of extra eyelash detail because it just really helps with that layering and just to give that illusion of the eyelashes. And also, for this look, I have created with the Ouroboros logo, I created this like A-line look that goes through the eyes, and I'll show you later, but I'm gonna make this metallic. So yeah, so top tip, when you are exporting, you need to make sure there's no background, and then you want to go to File, Export, like you can do Quick Export PNG, and yeah, just make sure that you save it in your file with all the other assets. So okay, I'm gonna just save it here, and then I actually want to turn all these off and then just export the A shape separately for later. And I've already saved it here just to show you guys. So we're just going to hop into Metaspark Studio now actually. So what you want to do is you literally just, once it opens up, you want to go and create a new. We're going to do a blank project. There's a lot of amazing like templates on this as well for you to use. You can get super creative with them, but for this I'm gonna start off with a blank so I can go through the full fundamentals with you guys so you can learn. Okay, so we're in Metaspark Studio now. I'm just gonna import all the different assets that I have. All these assets as well I'm gonna like put into a file so you guys can download. So okay, here we go. Iris. So we want to start off. I'm just gonna turn my camera off here so I can show it here. Okay. Okay, you can see me, guys. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do is on the left hand side on scene, go to add, and we want to add a face mesh. So we click on that and you just press insert. So you can see the little grid popping up now. So for this first one, we are going to, I'm going to show you guys how to smooth out the skin actually. So we'll start off, we'll go to the assets tab and then press add, and then we want to add a new material. We're gonna name this smooth skin, and then shader type on the right hand side we want to change to retouching. So and then you click over here. I'm just going to rename this so it's easier for later because we're going to have a few layers on here. So on the right hand side there's the material bar and it says plus, so you just go over here and you plus add and then you click on smooth skin. So you can't it doesn't actually look like too much. When you open it up on your phone you will be able to see it more than just my webcam, but you can see it does smooth that out slightly. Okay, cool. I recommend to keep it like around 40% or so. But okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go back to the face tracker. We want to right click and click on face mesh again. And we are going to do this 1, 2, 3, yeah. So there's going to be 4 in total in this. So, okay, so first one we want to call lines. I'm gonna rename that metallic lines actually, so it makes more sense. And then the next one is going to be the makeup. And then the third one is going to be the reflection. It's going to make sense in a second with all the textures. So what we want to do, so we've made the smooth skin material. So now we want to add and make a new material. And this is going to show up here. I'm going to just, for this actually, I'm going to turn off the visibility of the reflection mask and also the metallic lines mask. So we'll focus on the makeup look first. So just renaming it there. We want to go over to the shader type and we want to change it to face paint. I find this works best for makeup looks, but honestly it really depends. Like you do want to really play around with this. Yeah, so okay, just so we can preview it, if you go up to the scene tab and then you go back onto the makeup, and then you on the right hand side click on materials and add, you literally just press like makeup here. So you can see you can see there's now makeup on my face. Cool. Okay, so there's like a lot of different tools. I like to increase the brightness, then reduce the opacity slightly. Yeah, okay, that's cool for now. It's looking pretty good. And then, okay, so the next one we want to do, I'll just pop up the example of what I created earlier. So do you see the metallic A-line shape? This is a really good tip to learn because you're really able to add a lot of depth to the look with this way. So, okay, we want to click on the metallic lines face mesh, and then we want to click on visible. So you can now see the grids back up. You want to go back down to the assets panel and then add, and then click on material. And then I'm going to rename this A-line. And then, okay, so on the right hand side, shader type again. This time we want to click on physically based. So this is the best I find for reflections and making things look more photorealistic. So we want to go to the texture part and then click on this downwards arrow and then click on A-lines base. Yeah, the base. And then you want to go down to the normal section and then add the norm map. So just a quick explanation if you don't know what a norm map is. It kind of gives the illusion of depth to an image by just showing, it's kind of tricks the camera with the lighting reflection, so it will basically tell the computer which points are higher than others. It will make more sense soon. And then if we go down to the environment tab, this is always my special trick because it really makes that big difference. So click on texture and then search AR library, and this should pop up. And then if you click onto the Blender environment texture, there's a ton you can choose from. I like the which one should I go for? I think I'll go for courtyard. You can always change it later, but yeah, you import that. And now, okay, onto the left hand side, you see the metallic lines, and we just want to change this to the A line. Oh, cool. So you can see me with this metallic look. I'm looking at the environment actually. I do want to change this. I think I want to make it city. The lighting in my space isn't the best for preview, so actually as well, so if you don't want to use your webcam or you don't have a webcam, if you click onto the video tab, you're able to go down and then click real light simulation, so you can see like different people wearing the filter. It's so helpful. It's definitely worth checking as well, you know, to make sure that it just works on different faces and different skin tones. Super, super important. But yeah, okay. I'll just hop back into here so I can speak. But okay, A-line, environment. I'm gonna change it one more time because I think I was using Okay, I'll try this. Okay, we'll go for this for now anyway. I want to increase the metallic, all of the surface parameters, increase that metallic edge. So basically, with the environment, it's like a 360 image, and it kind of tells the computer like what like where the reflection is, and it's kind of like that imaginary side. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, that will do for now. I think that really brings that together. And now we want to make it look shiny because right now it looks kind of like dull and flat. So what we want to do, right on the left hand side, click reflection and then click on visibility. And now let's make another material at the assets panel. Material, reflection, and then go up to physically based again because we want that reflection for sure. And then on the downwards, we'll just import the orange reflection. I'm going to connect this with the materials tab. Ooh, that looks great. Cool. The trick is, so you go down on the you want to go reduce the opacity and then increase the metallic on here. You want to turn on the vertex color and then add, let's say, an orange. And we want to change this. Okay, cool. Because it was on alpha, right? And it was looking a bit odd. So you want to sometimes play around with these. Add is great. I find screen also works well. But yeah, you can see the little orange lights on top of this. So that part is coming together really well. I'm liking this a lot. Yes, so the next part is changing the eye color. So there's multiple ways you can do this. Today I'm gonna simplify it for you guys because if it's your first time, I don't want to like overwhelm you with all of it all in like one session. So okay, what I'm gonna do is, so I've made like an iris and a iris UV, which is this little image here. So basically this is an iris, like it's just a 3D shape of iris, so you can import it into the scene. So what you want to do is go add new face tracker. Yeah, let's make a new face tracker. Add object, face mesh. Cool. So we got that grid again, and then I'm gonna make another material. So just invisible. And that opacity is 0. And then, cool. So you can't see anything here. So what we're gonna do now is, so you see the iris? we're going in the assets panel, we're going to click onto the iris and simply drag out underneath the face tracker. Now you see something on my nose. So what we need to do here is make another material, and so this is going to be for the eyes. So material, I'm going to do physically based, so we can have like reflections on the eye, which I find is just like the icing on the cake, honestly, when you're creating filters. But okay, so iris, and then texture, iris, UV, and then we want to add the environment, which we used, which was the city. Yeah, okay. We can always change that later if it doesn't look right. But okay, we want to change this to the iris. And then I'm just gonna tweak the settings. I highly recommend to just like mess around with it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect straight away. But okay, so we've got one iris now. And now what we want to do is, so we're going to open up the patch editor so we can position it right on the eyes. So we want to go to, show patch editor, and then we want to click on the face tracker and literally just drag and drop it in here. So you can see here it's got face finder, face select, face tracker. In the patch editor, what you want to do is click here and right click on and search for eyeball. Okay, so add patch, and now you simply connect that face connected to the eyeball. And now if we click on left eye here, on the right side we click on position and rotation. So we just move this up here so we can connect them all. But what we want to do is, so we connect the left iris to the 3D position and the left eyeball rotation to the 3D rotation. So yeah, you can see now it actually rotates in. And also, so if you're seeing any cutout at all from the eye, or it's like overlaid, this face mesh is basically going to like cancel it out. So with the Z axis, you simply want to like, I'll just pause it for a second. So yeah, you want to like see if you want to move it back or forth, so you see it just kind of like cuts it out. So that kind of prevents that like weird effect from happening. I know as well, like the eye looks quite wobbly, but it's just because of my webcam lighting. So okay, we've got the left eye and now we want a right eye. So simply with the iris, we just drag and drop that under that face tracker again. And this time let's name it right eye. And then go on to position and rotation. So just move that there. And then right iris is the 3D position, and then right eye 3D rotation. Okay, so now we just need to add that texture in. So click on iris and then materials. Okay. Oh yeah, and also with the scale, make sure, because if it's looking really big, I would recommend to go down to 0.7. Cool. So, I think the eyes are looking pretty scary, so we want to reduce that opacity down, so it's almost subtle. Yeah, I kind of like it like that, but yeah, just mess around with it, see what works for you. And then now, okay, we want to add some eyelashes. So what we want to do is click on File at the top and search AR library. And it's going to search eyelashes. Okay, so on the blocks, we want to just click on eyelashes, import through. And now close that, and yeah, you'll see a new like panel coming up with eyelashes. And what you want to do is just drag that block under here, and you can see that I've got very long eyelashes on right now. I don't know why, for me the default is always quite long. So I am going to reduce that down. You can play with the colors as well, that could be fun. Like you could do some really interesting looks actually, like with white lashes and all of that. But for this I want to do like a darker color to complement the lashes that I already drew on earlier. But yeah, with the opacity too, you may want to play around with that. But those are like all the steps that I wanted to show you guys, and that's exactly how I created the look that I am making for Ouroboros on their Instagram. But I want to share a couple more tips before I finish this with you. So what you want to do is go to the bottom right left hand corner and click on project properties and change project properties. So if you've created a new project, you won't be able to see sharing effect and video call effect. You'll have to click on this button here and add them through this way and just click on insert. But so what you want to do once it's inserted is just make sure. So you know when you like upload an image or video from your camera roll and you want to like add a filter on top of that, you just have to make sure that this filter enables that. So by just ticking this box, so camera and existing media, and then also if you want it to be in video calls, like make sure you tick that too. I definitely recommend it because then there'll be more reachability for what you do. But yeah, you click on done, and then you can click on here to test out on your device. And so if you haven't yet linked this, you have to do this on the Meta Spark website, but you have to link your Instagram account with a Facebook page to make sure that all the links and everything work. So I'll make sure as well in the description that I add a link so you can simply follow those instructions to set it up. It's not too long, but yeah, you'll literally just want to press on refresh and Instagram should load that for you. So yeah, and if you do have like any problems, you just need to make sure the file size as well is like under 4 megabytes. So there's a lot of different ways that you can compress the files, especially images. But yeah, I would say that is pretty much the whole tutorial for today. And yeah, I really hope this has inspired you, but honestly, don't be scared of just starting out and just messing around with your ideas, because it's such a cool way to experiment with creating your own looks and seeing other people wear them, So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and yeah, if you have any questions, please reach out to me on Instagram or YouTube or on the Discord, and I will try to get back to you. But thank you so much, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.